so far, it looks like, between Hofstra University, Volatile Radiance, and Wyrmwind from Drexel. This primetime Division 1 matchup with two teams that are very familiar with each other.
Absolutely, and it's going to be interesting. Neither of these teams have a set win yet, but today, one of these teams is walking away with at least one set win.
And that's going to be a great way to cap off your season with getting that set win, especially considering the history between these two teams. For those who do not know, this is a rematch of CCA Season 2 Division 2 Finals. Both these teams were in the same group. Drexel, Wyrmwind, they won in the regular season. But in the rematch in championships, Volatile Radiance, back then known as the Hofstra Pride, won the championship. So, like, these two teams have a bit of a history together. It's making it so that there's a bit of a rivalry starting to brew between them. As you see right now, Volatile Radiance, as you mentioned before, they're currently looking for that first win in Division 1, but you see that they have some history having that CCA Season 2 Division 2 championship, and that some very talented players on their end.
Absolutely, and it's if anything from last season's Div 2 championship, it was a very interesting set to watch, very hyped. So I'm excited to see what will happen here.
Yep, same here. Really excited. As you look at that with Drexel, also looking for their first win here, having some good stats from all over this team now. Both these teams, it's gonna be really fun for them, just like to get that first ever like CCA Division 1 win. Getting it to do it against a team that you've kind of had some history, a bit of a friendly rivalry going on with, should make it all the more satisfying.
Absolutely. And let's see, the maps we're going into. We're gonna start off with TC Inkblot. Oh my. And then Waymaker Wahoo and Clan Blitz Mako. Is this Splatoon 2?
I was gonna say, I remember looking at this map list beforehand, and you don't see a single like Splatoon 3 exclusive map until Game 7. So like right now, it's like Splatoon 2, Splatoon 2, Splatoon 2, and then like Splatoon 1 stages, and then you close it off with Splatoon 3. Should be a bit of a nice retro throwback, I guess, for this rescheduled week.
Absolutely. What do you think these players will pull out for TC Inkblot?
TC Inkblot, I don't remember what weapons these teams traditionally bring out here, but considering TC Inkblot having like a bit more of an aggressive, like some flank routes and just having that routes and having like blasters just be controlling in tower control especially, I think you could see some decent weapon variety here, but especially because it's Division 1, I wouldn't be surprised if you just see a lot more of the standard meta picks that you've been seeing throughout the entire season.
So we're either gonna look at some splashes, some blasters, maybe like hopefully I want to see an E-leader or a heavy splatling maybe. I do want to see some backline play.
Oh yeah, I would love to see some backline play, especially being friends and having teammates who just love the backline. I know they have some fun times on Tower Control Inkblot, so I'm really excited to potentially see that. Really excited to just see what these comps you see come out from each of these teams. So like once we get into the first game, it's gonna be really interesting getting to look at what these teams bring to the table.
Yeah. Not much more to say about TC Inkblot though, other than just keeping control of the stacks, making sure that you have somebody watching steps. Otherwise, it's going to be a catastrophe on defense.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Not having anyone like watch the steps could be super disastrous, as you were mentioning here, especially on a map like Tower Control or a map like Inkblot. Having that access point, having that one of those few maps to actually give you that chance to do so, it's gonna be really good for. It's really gonna be really important for teams who are playing on defense here to really make sure to be aware of just like all the potential routes that could be happening here to really prevent like massive pushes from happening, especially in Tower Control. If you have those massive pushes happening, you don't want to see like a snowball effect if you're on defense.
Oh, and this is one of the most snowbally map modes you can what is it called, have. Once a push starts to get going in TC Inkblot, after that second checkpoint, it just rolls into that final.
Yep, and with both these teams being really talented teams too, these teams are going to really make the most out of every push here and really try to make those snowballs happen here. And especially having the talent and having the map to correspond with that, I'm really excited to potentially see some really good offensive play here. But it's also going to be fun to see how these teams respond when they're on defense here and they're trying to prevent that push.
Right. I know Wyrmwind has played around with Nova before, so I do want to see if that gets pulled out here. But let's see. Going into the match here, it looks like.
Yep, gotta start off this like bit of a rivalry match here. Just taking a look at their first initial comps. So what sticks out to you so far?
So we do see some like more passive, like kind of safe backline picks. We see the C-Jet come out and the Flings will come out. A lot of two sloshers on the side of Volatile Radiance though, the sloshing machine and the Tri-Slosher. Very interesting comps.
I was gonna say, yeah, you see the Volatile Radiance having the vanilla Tri-Slosher here, but giving that Inkjet, which is gonna be really interesting to see, especially with both these teams not having like the traditional like batline comp really. So like it's gonna be really interesting to see here. You see Drexel starting off with that early push here, having the bubble on the tower. The C-Jet now just gonna be able to like point off. They're already at the first checkpoint and looks like
using the rain in combination with the stamp, but not gonna find one as it gets cancelled by both of the sloshers. Tri-Slosher trying to put a stop to this tower, but Wyrmwind does at least get the first checkpoint before backing off.
Yup. Solid defense from the side of Volatile Radiance here, putting Drexel into 3-down situation. Now 2 down now. It looks like we're going to see Hofstra try to make their initial push. You see the Booyah Bomb online for the side of Hofstra here as they make it to the first checkpoint here. They're going to pop the Booyah Bomb. It's going to look like it's going to do some damage here. And looks like they're going to be able to break the first checkpoint, especially with the triple ink strikes coming out.
We love to see those staggered specials, the Ink Strike, the Tendon Missiles. A beautiful bomb by Saichi!
Oh, and they're going to keep it going, just finding these spots. And as we mentioned, this could be a map with a lot of snowball potential here. And this push looks like it had a bit of a stall, but doesn't look like it's going to stop as Hot.
Nobody's on tower and they don't have jumps. Wait, they don't have jumps or tower. They just want to kill.
Oh, yeah. You can tell this is a rivalry matchup right now with that kind of like aggressive, splat-heavy playstyle coming out from both teams so far. Hofstra is now on the tower here, but they're going to
nice double. Helps with that third. That's going to be a delayed wipe, and Wyrmwind gets a chance now to push in, take mid, hopefully get some of that special points and special economy. Very weird storm.
Weird storm, but oh my god,
wipe out anyways without any specials pop.
Yeah, and the wipe now, and now Drexel is going to be in control here. It looks like they're going to be able to take the lead, especially as they have some specials come out online. You see them looking for all the splats here. They are at the second checkpoint, and with them going 3 down, though, they're still going to be able to keep this going, though.
Beautiful bomb by the Junior.
Just an amazing play so far from both teams.
I cannot believe that jump was safe and the Junior got that bomb pick. Junior trying to trade out their teammate there, trying to find the slosher, not going to be able to, just going to back up and run away from the missiles and the jet. Everything is being thrown in.
Everything being thrown indeed so far as the tower is going to reset to neutral, it looks like. With about 2 minutes to go, both these teams have already shown that they have the potential to make these amazing pushes so far. It looks like we're going to see Hofstra get control of the tower, maybe not here, going to lose it so far.
Slosher getting one, not quite finding the second. Gets a nice little chip though to teammate follow up.
Yep, and there's that. They're gonna put Drexel in a 3-down situation here, and this is really where it's gonna matter. You see the triple ink strikes come out now, and here comes a push.
And the Jet trying to find the pick on Grace, does in fact find the pick on Grace, trying to find one more maybe, putting some chip down on the slosher. Maybe the teammates in Bats gonna try to follow up, not quite. Trip strikes coming out, finding one, finding two. That's gonna stop the push. Volatile Radiance gets a chance now. Wait, no, it's done. Wyrmwind gets a chance now to extend their lead, I guess.
Yup, and good defense from the side of Wyrmwind. That push from Volatile Radiance pushed it all the way to the 40, keeping the lead now just to a 2-point advantage here. Drexel having 3 specials online, though. This could be really interesting here, especially if we see an outright team fight in neutral here.
Absolutely, and only 1 minute left, but the first pick goes to Volatile Radiance. Are they going to follow up on it? They're going to pop, it looks like 1 special, maybe?
Doesn't look like we're seeing anything yet so far. Just some amazing neutral play coming out from the side. You see a firefight on the right-hand side now. Both these teams are really just trying to find these openings here, especially with about 45 seconds to go. This could be Volatile Radiance's last chance to really make a push. You see the Booyah Bomb come out now, just trying to give them some advantage here. They have a slight numbers lead, and you see the Inkjet is also online. That's another spot. There's 3 down now from the side of Drexel here, as Hofstra is going to look to make the push and maybe take the lead with about 30 seconds to go.
But Volatile Raiders are out of specials, out of resources. One go down on each side, but they do take the lead. Trip Strikes come out. It's not gonna find anything. It's just going to be the T-Tech splash up, but they don't need to do anything. They got the lead already. They're just looking for some extra credit, not quite finding it. Drop roller, Tri-Slosher finding a trade though.
Yep, and it's gonna come down to these last 10 seconds here. Drexel is out on the tower. They have 5 seconds here to really make
Are
this
they on the tower?
and force the overtime situation. I thought they were on the tower. Okay, they are on the tower now. So here we go. Last chance situation here from the side of Drexel. You see they have 3 special.
Oh, but the Tri-Slosher denies the big bubbler play and gets on before the Tri-Strikes come out.
What a match so far as Hofstra takes game 1 in an incredibly close back and forth match.
The lead flipped like 3 times there, and it was like a 2-point difference, 3-point difference. Very close game. This is gonna be a great set. I can feel it.
Oh my gosh, you wouldn't want it to be any other way. As we mentioned before, these are 2 teams who are rivals, 2 teams looking for their first ever win in CCA Division 1. And like, you can tell how evenly matched these teams are. The lead just keeping going back and forth. And you see on these replays here, just the triple ink strikes coming out here. The amazing special usage from both teams, really just being able to like find these picks, find these openings, and really just make the most out of each and every push here.
Oh, what a beautiful triple. And actually, was that a quad? Really good quad for Saichi? No idea how to pronounce that name.
It's all good, because the only thing that really matters here, well, you saw the wipe come out from the side of Drexel then, and that was going to be instrumental in them just being able to take that another lead here and really force Hofstra into that having to make that last push at the end, which really ended up turning the tide of that battle, I think.
Absolutely, and look at that, just riding the tower, just trying, look at that, so what a heartbreaker, not getting that lead there, 2 points away.
And despite it coming down to that, they knew they were only 2 points away. You see what made Hofstra a champion in last season. They're able to stay composed and then take the lead with less than 30 seconds to go. And despite them going 3 down in this situation, they had the composure to recuperate and regroup on defense just to stop this final push from the side of Drexel.
Yeah, really well played by both teams here, but in the end, Drexel just not quite being able to take it. Oh,
Gotcha.
right.
So apparently we are seeing some sub-swapping here going into Game 2. I'm really excited. So going into Rainmaker and Wahoo World, what do you think you want to see change up for either team?
I think missiles are kind of necessary. Like, missiles are kind of necessary on this map, I think. Because it's really hard to get in.
Oh yeah, I would completely agree here. Having missiles is going to be super important here. Just being able to have the displacement fit and just have the ability from long range to force an opening. So I think we could see something maybe from either team here, just having those missiles. You saw the flings come out from one of the teams, so maybe we're going to see some more of that coming into this next match.
Yeah, and also Crab. We didn't see a Crab get played last game. Kind of wild.
That's true. Yeah, I don't remember seeing a Crab last game, and considering the I remember saying oh, maybe it's Division 1. We're gonna maybe just see some meta picks here, and you don't see Crab, and that's really interesting. Honestly, you saw some really different options from the side of both teams, creating a really exciting game. But now with it going to Game 2, maybe we're gonna see some of those more traditional picks here, having Tentas come out, having Crab be an option. I'm really excited to see what these teams bring to the table now going into Game 2.
Yep. I just don't want to see double splash. That's all. One splash is fine. 2 splashes not.
I can agree, despite being a Splash player myself and having one of my best friends also play Splash, so we just double splash almost everything.
All right, Rainmaker on Wahoo World. Pretty similar console. I mean, we do see the Zipcasters coming out on both sides. The Splatana Stamper for the side of Drexel, and for Hofstra, they have the Octobrush.
I was gonna say, yeah, we were looking to see crabs. We were looking to see maybe missiles come up from both teams. Instead, we're gonna see some Zipcaster action from the side here. You see that Drexel's gonna force Hofstra into a 2-down situation. They're gonna not be able to take the Rainmaker and hurry put up. But as we've mentioned before, missiles are like essential on this map here, and that's gonna put a lot of pressure, especially in conjunction with that Zipcaster here. Gonna make this push really hard for the side of Drexel.
Really good distraction. They're stalling the Rainmaker, waiting for some teammates, but also Drexel getting some jumps and making the last minute decision. Let's not go that way anymore. We can go this other way.
Well, yeah, I like the creativity from the side of Drexel there. Despite that, they're gonna go 3 down, and it looks like it's gonna be a good chance now for Hofstra to make something happen here. You see the Jet Squelcher, though, in a really good position, though, to really stop something. Not gonna be able to really do that, though, with execution. But, ooh, great play so far now. Hofstra's
Really
gonna look
flick.
to make their push.
Rainmaker kind of in a rough spot here in the low ground, and as the carousel kind of denies the wall, just gonna trade with the dualies there.
Yup, unfortunate timing there for Hofstra, having to go low, having to fight the map themselves now, but you see some just good sliding now from the side of Hofstra. And they see the Zipcaster action now, zipping over there, not going to be able to find the spot, but they have the Rainmaker, and it looks like with the strike, gonna put Drexel into a 2-down situation here, and this might be something until they get stopped.
3 down on the side of Hofstra. That's not looking good. This Flames are just trying to stall for jumps. Look at that brush just drop rolling into the enemy team. Trying to find something as we just have a very calm neutral here. 2 minutes already gone past, and neither team has the checkpoint.
Neither team has checkpoint, but we do see 3 specials from the side of Drexel now, especially as they have Hofstra in a 2-down situation here. The missiles are online, though, for the side of Hofstra with the Rainmaker reset here. So it's gonna be really interesting to see like which team's gonna be able to take something here. You see the Zipcaster come out now from the side of Drexel, really just gonna be able to like force the situation here. And you see one splat there, beautiful play.
Very nice pick, and we see like a lot of just pink everywhere. It's not going to be enough as Drexel does take the first checkpoint.
Yep, and with it halfway to go now, Drexel is showing some control. They have the numbers advantage. They have it in a position where they do want it here. They also have the ink store ready, and having that numbers advantage, it's going to be really cool to see if we can maybe have a Raymond Percussion. You see them now trying to push on the left side. It's going to go all the way to the 25 now, despite going 2 down.
2 down on both sides, actually, but it looks like Drexel's about to get pincered, but no, the Rainmaker actually gets the pick. The shield gets the pick all the way down to 2 points.
Yep, you just saw them just sneak right by the defensive Hofstra there, and despite the wipe now on the end of Drexel, it was a good enough push that it forces Hofstra to basically have to knock out Drexel in order to win this game.
Absolutely, and with only 1:44 left, it's going to be very difficult, but we'll see what they can do. And also the checkpoint for them hasn't been broken.
That's really important to point out. Not having that checkpoint broken here. You see the side from the Rainmaker carrier. He's having to just need to find it open here. Looks like they're gonna go push left side here.
I don't think he meant to drop.
Yep, I don't think that was meant to be a drop either, and it's gonna end up costing them. And now Drexel is in a good position here to maybe just hold on defense for a while.
Back to neutral, back to just a mid fight. Splatana finding the pick. Beautiful burst bomb there.
Yep, just beautiful neutral on the side right now from that Splatana Stamper, just being able to find that pick with the burst bomb here. And you see the pick now coming out from the side of Jet Squelcher. Drexel is showing off what they can do here so far. They have missiles online now from the side of Hofstra. The missiles are gonna start flying, but with 45 seconds left, you need to start seeing some more like aggressive options.
Not a bad trade, but that's kind of what the Tetris wants. They just want to cause some chaos, cause the attacking side to just have to stop and think and regroup. 30 seconds left. You don't have time to regroup. You just gotta go. And 2 down on the side of Drexel. Make that 3, and the last one is way out of position. That's going to be a safe checkpoint for Hofstra.
And with 20 seconds to go now, this could be really interesting, but the Rainmaker bubble is going to end up causing a wipe!
And that's going to be the game!
That's basically going to be game, as Drexel is just going to be able to hold for the next 10 seconds, and that is going to be the equalizer in this amazing set so far.
Don't die to that bomb. I thought they were going to die to that bomb.
It's only game 2. I'm already, like, my throat's starting to hurt now because this has just been an amazing set so far.
Absolutely. Like, wow. A lot of back and forth. Like, really good play on your side, on both sides here. 1-1 for the set. As we go into the next game. Oh boy, I believe it was Mako?
Yeah, I want to say it's Clan Blitz on Mako here. So maybe we're going to see a bit more of a slower pace here, especially with it
Mhm.
being Clan Blitz. Traditionally, a lot of teams are in this level might have a hard time finding the opening before to like really make those pushes. So maybe it gives us a chance to bid or catch our breath, but this also could just be an amazing match for just some really good neutral because we've seen some really strong neutral from both teams so far. So maybe we're gonna see some really good play just coming out next in this next game.
Mhm. I do want to see Hofstra bring back their brush for this map because I think there's a lot of flank routes. Maybe even try to switch it up to an ink brush if they know how to play that, because those flank routes are devastating on this map.
Oh, hard agree, especially with having that ink brush, but having that speed there, just being able to have that just straight linear route to maybe go towards the basket. It's gonna be really interesting too to see maybe if we see that weapon comp change. But yeah, we've seen some just amazing Zipcaster plays from the side of both teams, so I wouldn't be surprised if we just see that continue on in this set, just in this next game and throughout the rest of the set here. Let's take a look at some replays. As we mentioned, nice Zipcaster plays from both teams, this time being on the side of Drexel.
Yeah, that triple Splatana kinda nice and just makes enough distraction to get that checkpoint through.
Yep, and now you're gonna see that there's gonna be a bubble there, and you
Look at that
saw.
flank. That, like,
No,
so unfortunate, just barely dies to the Rainmaker pop.
it's such a good point there. Just having that flank there, you just saw them just run right through the defense right there, and that could have almost been game, honestly, had it just worked out a little bit more in their favor. And then you just see this like last 10 seconds there, the bubble ended up causing the wipe, just leading to a Drexel win.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why they pushed there though. I disagree with the push.
Yep. Some in a matchup like this, where it's a really close, having this rivalry match, sometimes decision making just isn't always at its best, especially with this potentially being a bit more of an emotional game.
Nautilus
A
Luna.
Nautilus. Ooh, look, that was calm.
We see the Trustlash Nuvo coming on. Maybe then they didn't want the inkjet. They wanted the soda.
Oh yeah, I think this is the first time we're going to be seeing Soda come out in this set, and now we also have an Ultra Stamp coming out from both teams now instead of having the double Zipcaster as we saw last game.
One down on each side. Tri-Slosher trying to find a pick. Does find one. They're going to make it out alive. I think they are. Luna trying to trade out their teammates, but not going to find anything there.
Yep, right now it's still a great firefight from the side of both teams right now. You see Drexel striving to start early lead in terms of clan economy. You have the Ultra Stamps also on the side of Splatana Viper here. You see them starting to push up a little bit into their base. You see the Tactical War is up and it is out now. You start to see some potential like flanks here and some beautiful fights now just happening right now. But it looks like it's
holding
roughly
control of that stack there. Very important. Very important to hold that stack in this game. Once you lose that stack, everything just goes to the ground. But oh my god, builds the clam, pops the trip strike. They lived that?
They lived that, and it's also gonna give them a chance to keep this push going. And now Drexel is in the 54. There's the Ultra Stamp helping out early, and it's gonna put Hofstra in a 3-down situation, putting him already at the 48 now.
Are they gonna be able to keep it open? I don't think they are. 48. 52 points for Drexel there. That's a pretty good first push, and 3.5 minutes left is not bad.
Yep, that was just a great play from their end, having the speed from the board, having the presence of mind to just pick up those last two clams super close to the basket. Hofstra wasn't sure when Drexel was going to score, and now we are seeing Hofstra potentially want to start a push of their own, having 4 specials online and putting Drexel at an early disadvantage in terms of numbers.
Absolutely, but where are the clams?
That's such a true point. Yeah, they have the pity clam still back at their base, but there's not a lot of clam economy right now between the members who are up in mid right now. So it's like really hard for them to like find this opening to really make a push, despite having all these specials online.
Oh, stuck in between a Nautilus and a Blast. That is going to be down. But again, Hofstra, where are the clans? You're getting these picks. They do pick up the pity. trying to find a push here, 1-for-1. They do manage to make it in, but that's only 20 points. Can they extend it at all?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if they can extend it, because you don't see clams out from the side of Hofstra right now. There's a few clams now, just as I say so, but right now this could have been a really massive push down. It's really important here. They're gonna go 2 down here, and it doesn't look like they're gonna be able to make their own.
They find 2, but they didn't throw the clams in! One clam was all they needed.
That's
They
such
only
a
needed
shame.
one clam to extend the timer, and they're gonna go down to a stray bomb.
That's such a rough situation for Hofstra. You saw them get the wipe at the end, but they weren't able to keep the basket open to keep the score up. They have some clams now. That's so... Oh my god, it's the triple egg strikes now from the side of Drexel. It's gonna put Hofstra in a 2-down situation here with less than 2 minutes to go.
But maybe Drexel kind of went too far, 2 down, but they do pop the stamp, trying to find a couple picks here, trying to find a little bit of, just a little bit of damage there, putting it down.
Yep, and now you see the missiles come out from the side of Hofstra here, especially as they have a power clam ready. You see them looking to make that run towards the basket. Looks like they're going to be able to score here. Will they have enough clams to make this push happen here and possibly turn the tide?
They need 3 clams,
but
they're stuck in
here.
Zipcaster!
No, they're 3 down 2. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to take the lead here as the basket closes with about a minute to go.
Those were some good points, though, but I think 1 power clam will take the lead for Hofstra.
Oh, which could be a dangerous situation here. Both these teams have shown that they have the potential to make these power clams here.
1 power clam in 1.
Yep, and now, but Drexel has a power clam ready and a few additional clams also. So this could be really interesting for them to see, as you see the power clam holder being able to take that right flank group. They're gonna look like they're gonna get 1 spot. They're gonna trade though. It's not gonna be enough there to potentially get a push.
Luna finding them while they're holding the wave breaker. Really unfortunate timing for that junior.
Unfortunate indeed. The Stamper's gonna come out. It's gonna get another splash here.
We just got the Luna doing less than 50.
No, I hate to see that right now, especially with 20 seconds to go. It is an incredibly close match so far. Neither team having a power clam ready so far. Hofstra needs to start picking up clams if they want to force an overtime situation.
Missiles didn't find anyone, and it's not giving them that much map control as they have 1 clam with 5 seconds. Wait a minute! Drexel trying to put a push in. Actually, that's just going to end the game.
Wow. What a game. The scoring opportunities from both teams on full display here, despite having struggles from both teams trying to find those clams. When each team was able to still be able to make that push here, and yeah, just another really close game so far, but despite that, Drexel's gonna go up 2-1 in this set.
Look at that, just building that power clam as they were swimming up to basket. Hofstra couldn't even react to that power clam being built.
Exactly, especially with having the tactical up too, just having that additional speed, and just like, yeah, there was no time to react if you're Hofstra right there. That was just a beautiful play, and you see, this could have been an amazing push right now from Hofstra. I think this is the one where they end up potentially like almost forcing a wipe here, but they just weren't able to keep the basket open. It was just really rough timing.
Yeah. The Luna, they're holding 5 clams, but not being able to extend the timer, going for those kills because in the moment, you kind of have to.
Exactly, yeah, and you see this another push from Hofstra, almost just a little bit more is all they needed, but having to force that jump back, just being stuck in Zipcaster just made it really hard. They couldn't seal the deal there.
Well, we are out of Splatoon 2 land and into Splatoon 1 land. Splat zones on Flounder Heights, some of the smallest zones in the game.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking you might start to see some like triple link strikes, some Booyah Bombs, just specials that are going to be able to paint the zone, especially in a 2-map zone with how small these are. It's going to be really interesting to see what changes we could see from both teams. So, like, we've seen some, like, decent weapon variety from both teams. What do you think could be brought out here now?
I think Sloshing Machine is a wonderful pick here. It doesn't have any damage fall off, so if you catch someone that's, like, in the like Fight Club area, in that like alleyway under the bridge, you just slosh down there and you might get a pick just on accident. And fizzies are an amazing paint tool for how small these zones are.
Oh, that's such a good point. Fizzy having that range and having the ability to paint as well as it does as a sub weapon could be really interesting here. I'm really curious to see, like, are we gonna maybe also see the return of the Tri-Slosher Nouveau come out, because he does have the Fizzy Bomb. It could be really interesting here, especially with having, we saw buckets come out for both teams so far. So I'm really interested to see like what kind of painting options we're gonna have going into this game 4 here. And it's like a really close set so far, but neither team is out of it as we go into this game 4.
Yeah, I really hope to see like vanilla Slosher or Slosher Deco come out because of that like fall off buff where it doesn't do less than 50 anymore.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting to see as we're going to start taking a look at what potential weapon changes we have from both teams.
Machine, got the Flingza, Brush, very similar actually kind of comps.
Would agree, yeah, very similar comps indeed. You see that there is the triple ink strikes from both sides here. There's Fizzy Bombs on both sides here. There's so very similar comps indeed here. And it's gonna be really interesting to see. There's not really the same traditional backlight weapon aside from the Flingza Roller. But now both these teams have control of their own respective zones so far. So this neutral exchange early on is gonna be really interesting.
One does go down, two goes down on Drexel. Will they find a third? No, but Hofstra will get that cap. Very important first cap, as it's very hard to push into zone because you have to push into high ground. Very interesting map design choices.
Yep, that's very, very interesting map design indeed. You see the Tenses come out now from the side of Hofstra on a map like this. That's really damaging potentially here. But now it's going to force a 2-down situation from the side of Drexel here. Drexel is going to be able to take one zone though, but it looks like it's going to be flipped, and Hofstra is once again back in control.
Forcing that jump out, forcing Drexel to back up, regroup, and try again. Slosher finding a really good pick there, but the brush duel, they trade. What else can you do in a brush duel?
True. But despite all this, Drexel hasn't been able to cap. Never mind, it looks like they're going to be able to take the zone right now. Going to force Hofstra in a 2-down situation here. And now having the 3-down now for the side of Hofstra. This looks like Drexel's opportunity to show what they can do with the control.
Oh, but the last one was surging behind them! And they're going, wait, they choose not to camp the jump. They just throw the trip strikes out, but get it anyways. Finding those picks, that was really sneaky.
That was such a sneaky play, and now Hofstra has control of the zones once again, and now forcing the penalty now from the side of Drexel here. We are seeing some great plays now from the side of both teams now as the Slosher machine does go down here, and one zone's going to be capped now from the side of Drexel.
So much chip, so much trip strikes, everything's coming out, but nothing is happening. Drexel went 2 down in that push. Actually, they're a little desynced now.
That's true, yeah, and being desynced is going to be really hard to come back from, especially because they are playing from a losing position right now. It's going to be really important for them to stay controlled and not stagger in on their entrances. You see the triple ink strikes come out once again from the side of Drexel here, but it's not going to be able to do much in the grand scheme of things in terms of their paint. One zone looks like it's going to be uncapped, but now Drexel's 2 down, and it's going to be really hard now, especially because they have less than half the game to go.
Look at that. Look at that Slosher machine just putting so much pressure on that Tri-Slosher there. It just, all in all, just really beautiful pressure. There's only 12 points remaining for Hofstra to take this KO.
Yeah, and it looks like if Hofstra's going to be able to cap this one zone here, they have a slight disadvantage here, but it's going to come down to this next fight. The Tenta missiles do come out now from the side of Hofstra. They are 2 down though. The missiles, the triple ink strike now, it's got to be real close here. Can Drexel hold off on this push here? Cap this zone before they enter this down. 2v2 situation, super close right now. Drexel looks like they might be able to cap the zone, and they're going to force Hofstra into a penalty and keep the game alive.
And they're stuck in their attic now. One of them had to jump out, but the other one stood their ground, got the pick. That might give them enough time to cap the zone, and that might be a full wipe.
And that wipe is gonna take us right back to where we were 30 seconds ago. Hofstra once again in a great position to just hold the zones and just work through this time. As the longer Hofstra holds these zones, the harder it's gonna be for Drexel to make a potential comeback. As we say that, Hofstra does go 2 down here.
That Blue, you have to try to stall the zone. Try to make sure they don't get caps, because they just want to stall. They don't even really care if they don't have the zone. As long as Drexel doesn't have the zone, Hofstra's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And with it being a two-zone map, that's really important. Just if you just have one zone, then there's no points being taken away right now. And especially with it being 50 seconds to go, no team has full control of the objective so far. You see the triple inserts are going to be coming out now from the side of Drexel, but is it going to be enough to take?
That T-Tech didn't get punished there for pulling out the trip break so recklessly. You know, Oscar might just get another cap here, or at least a stall.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go. It's going to be really interesting to see. Is Drexel going to be able to force a situation where they're able to make one more push with the objective here? It doesn't look like they're going to be able to, especially as their Sasha goes down here. It's with 15 seconds to go, and Hops are in control. This might be it.
Look, just so much bomb chip, so much slosher chip. Like, what can you do on a map as vertical as this one? But, you know, they're gonna try to cap the zone. Two-prong offensive, but not gonna... Not quite. So close. That Junior almost capped the opponent's zone.
If Drexel would have capped at the end, I would have just screamed that they would have been able to do that with 1 second to go. Super close at the end right there, but it was a little too late. Overall, that was a very strong performance from Hofstra right now, and that was a great way to equalize and get the set back 2-2, basically making the best of 3 the rest of the way.
Yeah, tying up the set once again, and just look at this. Trying to just get those picks, force their way in, and beautiful team play there. Just everybody just going all in at the same time.
Yup, and then you just see all this play right now from the side of Hofstra. Their ability to just maintain control here, really force Drexel into a really rough situation here, despite all of these lead change. Spent all the times where those zones wouldn't be completely in their favor here. They just made it really hard for Drexel to cap the zone. And when Drexel even did cap the zone, Hofstra was just able to turn the tide really quickly here. You see just amazing special usage here, and it's just really strong play from the side of Hofstra.
It might be a missile. Missiles might have been the deciding the difference.
Hey, you play with whatever you got with you, and if you have a person who's comfortable using missiles, you gotta use them, especially in this game, especially on this mode. You might as well. If you have missiles, might as well use them when in the opportunity to, best opportunity to.
Strongest special, one of the strongest specials in Splatoon 2, and really the only nerf is the cooldown, so it's still an incredibly powerful special. It's just its cooldown now reflects it.
Exactly there, yeah. And you've been seeing Hofstra having those tentas come out throughout this entire game. And it was just really hard, especially on this map, in this mode, for Drexel to really move because of the tenta missiles. As you said, that was basically the way that the factor that ended up deciding that game.
And now back to TC on Hammerhead Bridge, the hallway map.
My god, yeah. We could see another really potential game that has the opportunity for snowballs. And with both these teams having as much offense as they have shown so far in this set, we could be in for an absolute firefight and an absolutely crazy game in this really close set so far.
Oh yeah, whoever takes this takes that takes the lead back in the set. And that's gonna, you really want that momentum. Honestly, you don't want to go to Clan Blitz Hagglefish.
Yeah, especially with Clan Blitz Hagglefish being the Game 7, and with how close these teams and how equal they have been in terms of skill, it could honestly come down to a Game 7 Hagglefish on Clan Blitz on Hagglefish situation here. But right now, just gonna focus up on Game 5, Tower Control on Hammerhead Bridge.
Oh boy. I mean, this is the hallway map. We gotta see some backlines, right?
You would think so far. You see the flings that come out, so no backline from the stair side. And
For front?
Yep.
Wait, that's really front line. That's a Carbon and a Tetra.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun match indeed.
This is gonna be bloody.
Oh, bloody indeed. We're gonna be seeing these teams just fight in mid. There's gonna be no one in the back really. And now you see people already going down, down already from that side. And now we're gonna see a push come out now from the side of Drexel, I believe.
Oh, it's trades everywhere. Just everyone's playing frontline.
Everyone's playing frontline indeed. Yep. And now 3 down on the side of Drexel, and now Hofstra's going to look like they're going to be able to make a push of their own now, potentially. Look at them already
They
starting to
all
push
have
up.
stealth jump? They're acting like they all have stealth jump.
A fair number of them do, I think, now, especially as Hofstra is at the first checkpoint. They're already forcing Drexel into a 2-down situation now. The Zip Caster comes down, 3 down, and now it looks like it's going to be taking the lead now for Hofstra.
Clearing that first check and rolling up to the second. They do have Stamp ready if the Luna wants to get off the tower and have some fun. And they do seem like they want to. Really nice flicks by the Flings there, popping the missiles. And the Zipcaster does come out trying to stall the tower, but not really being able to find an opening here, just having to Zipcast on all of the walls, not really getting anything done there. And the Stamp finding 2, finding 3.
And this is going to come down to maybe the end of the game right now, as Hofstra looks like they're going to be able to take that game so far. And yeah, Hofstra looking like they have a lot of momentum so far, as they ended that game really quickly.
I think that the momentum from such a grueling game of Flounder Height zones just gave them so much momentum. And it's really hard to come back from that mindset if you lose like a zones map that took that long and you're always pushing into high ground. Like, that ruins your mental.
Yeah, and especially, like, we've mentioned this time and time again, this is a very important set for both teams, despite not having playoff implications. So mental is going to be something that really has to be considered now, especially if you're on the side of Drexel. You don't want to get too emotional, especially knowing that this is a really important and really close set so far. Despite Game 4 and Game 5 being pretty dominant from the end of Hofstra, I wouldn't say Drexel is out of it just yet.
Absolutely not. They've shown us in those earlier games that they can and absolutely dominate. And we're going into Rainmaker Museum, a little bit of change of pace, a little bit faster pace than the last 3 games. So hopefully that change of pace does good things for Drexel.
I was thinking, yeah, I think that could actually be just what Drexel needs. You saw that they were able to win Game 2 Rainmaker on Wahoo. So maybe having Rainmaker again is exactly what Drexel wants to see, especially because, as you remember from Game 2, they were able to really make a lot of pushes, really force Hofstra to come back from a really bad position. So maybe this is exactly what Drexel wants to have right now. A mode that's just in their comfort zone, and with how fast this team looks like they want to play, we could be in for a really exciting match so going into Game 6.
Absolutely. I think we're gonna see Luna again. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think we're gonna see Luna again because it's just Stamp.
Exactly. Honestly, I could see that too. I'm looking in the chat right now of the stream, and it looks like someone says Wyrmwind does not lose on Museum. So I'm really interested to see if that's going to hold here, if this is exactly what Drexel wants. Despite Hofstra having a lot of momentum, it looks like right now, seems to be Drexel's home territory, Museum del Foncino. So I'm really excited to see, is Drexel gonna be able to turn this set and just equalize it again and maybe take us to a Game 7?
Force a Game 7, yeah. Let's see these comps as they're rolling out. We do see the Luna from Hofstra again. And on the side of Drexel, we see, a little bit more passive. They have a Slosher, a little bit more range, and a Tana. Not pulling out a Carbon again, I see.
Yep. One thing that you mentioned earlier last game, there was a lot of stealth jump potentially, and yeah, Drexel does have 3 stealth jump users so far. The bubble's going to be broken now. Both these teams are trying to find these picks, but Hofstra's going to take Drexel in a 2-down situation right now. He's going to paint his run of the Rainmaker right now.
Hofstra's going to have but the Rainmaker kind of jumped the gun there. They were like, oh yeah, 2 down, let's go. And they ended up getting wiped out. It's huge for Drexel.
This is massive, yeah, especially because it looks like they're not going to be able to take that right there, but it looks like they're going to be in a position to potentially get this first checkpoint right now, as you can see.
Oh, the Luna in a huge spot, but look at that Stamp trying that pick, but not quite guarding the Rainmaker, and it's just the brush in Zipcaster. Oh no!
Is Zipcaster, and the bubble is going to take them out of it right now, as Drexel is going to take the first checkpoint. They get splatted right before it, but it's going to be
Oh my god!
Absolutely.
Luna finding 2.
Yep, finding those 2, and now you see Drexel still
finding 3. What a beautiful direct! Did they see the jump? They did. I don't know if they did, but they find the.
Are they gonna get another?
Luna popping off here.
Popping off, oh my gosh, yup. And now it's an absolute firefight right now, but the Rainmaker is going to reset. Drexel still has a slight numbers advantage right now and a slight lead despite not having the checkpoint. But right now, it's been very bloody so far. Both these teams are out and aggressive and looking to hunt right now.
We're back in neutral, and it looks like Hofstra has a lot of paint coming out, trying to take back mid. Purple's kind of stuck in the corner. Is Hofstra going to try to get the pick on him?
Maybe it looks like they are. It looks like we see Drexel now trying to find some openings right now. The Zipcaster is once again out from the side of Hofstra, trying to paint around that first checkpoint, not to be able to find anything right off of it. The Rainmaker is still left unattended. There's a bubble now out from the side of Drexel. Just an amazing neutral play so far from the side of both teams.
So many bombs, and that you really don't want to be having the Rainmaker there jumping into 2 bombs like that. That's gonna give Drexel a chance to maybe make a push here.
Yup, and we said it before, this looks like this feels like a map that Drexel is very comfortable on. You see them have the Rainmaker carrier. It's an equal 2-2 situation right now. They're gonna just start trying to paint towards the checkpoint right now. Neither checkpoint has been broken so far, but the Rainmaker carrier is still not able to make that push so far, as it looks like Drexel's gonna try and just do what they can to make this first push happen.
That flings as a real problem for Drexel right now. And let's see, they do get the trade, but it is 2v3, and whoa, massive explosion over there. Oh, I think they were in the no Rainmaker allowed zone. Or otherwise maybe they just ran out of time.
I guess so, because that would be the only thing that makes sense. But all of a sudden, Hofstra went into a 3-down situation.
Wait, they're just gonna go for the jump. They're just gonna go for the
Rainmaker. They're not gonna be able to break it once again.
That's why the flings of this flings are trying to save. Pulled out the missiles at the wrong time though, and is gonna get wiped all over.
Oh my gosh, both those teams went one up in that situation. Everyone's just dying left and right now. It's absolutely insane.
You can tell Drexel is kind of panicking as well, because you heard those jumps coming out, right?
Yeah, this is a team that really wants to just jump in, and right now it's super close. Both the Zipcast is coming out once again from the side of Hofstra, but they're gonna go 3 down. And they're finally going to break the checkpoint. Finally,
the checkpoint gets cleared, and the T-Tech kind of in a bad spot, getting cornered by two team enemies. 2 down on the side of Hofstra. This is Viper just trying to find more.
And this is the option from the side of Drexel right there, opting to take a few more points on the board there. But now, with 1 minute to go roughly, Hofstra's gonna finally have a chance with the Rainmaker to potentially make a push. You see that there's 2 specials online now from the side of Hofstra. I'm really interested to see what there happens. You see the Ultra Stamp now coming out. They're gonna get splatted, but it's gonna be close now, coming down to the last 45 seconds or so.
Beautiful kill by the brush there, but is the Rainmaker gonna be taken down by a stray bomb? Double bomb junior possibly. Maybe LDE is gonna take effect soon.
Oh, this is gonna be really close right now. Hofstra looks like they're gonna be able to take that checkpoint, and it's
this is really bad for Drexel as DKL going in, finding another, possibly finding another. They're making so much space, but the brush is out of ink. What?
No! And there's a DC now on the end of Hofstra. And wait, but it's a 3-down situation, but Hofstra's gonna be able to take the lead with about 10 seconds to go.
I don't believe it. Terrible situation for Hofstra though. 3 down, not 3 down. Just having a DC, just 3v4 in overtime. Wyrmwind just has to take a couple more. Oh my god, beautiful shot for the T-Tech.
What a shark from the end of Hofstra, and that's gonna be what ends the set and gives Hofstra the 4-2 win.
Wow, what? I was so confused. I was like, what? Where's the Rainmaker? And then all of a sudden, the Rainmaker just teleports to the lead, and I'm like, okay.
What an amazing set we have witnessed there. Drexel showing that they have amazing play on Rainmaker right there, but Hofstra, a team that just shows their resilience. They, even though having some internet issues at the end there and playing from behind almost the entire game, you see them having a lot of these opportunities where they just get wiped out. Despite that, Hofstra was the one who gets the last laugh and ends up winning this game and winning the set.
Really unfortunate for Drexel, couldn't find the win in the rematch, but very good for Hofstra getting that very clutch win in Rainmaker at the last second.
Exactly, yeah, clutch is the best way to define that right from there, from the side of
Look at
Hofstra.
DKL just popping off here.
My god, those plays from the Luna Blaster, just finding the splats, just keeping them alive, really making it, that's what kept them in the game, I think, throughout this entire time, when they were losing.
Yeah, and the really clutch flicks by the Flings to deny checkpoint multiple times, making sure that the lead didn't get too bad too quick.
Exactly, yeah, because there was a lot of chances for Drexel to really make this lead insurmountable, because you saw them have so many opportunities, so they had a lot of openings that they were able to make through Drexel being able to have these numbers advantages. But Hofstra really showing amazing defense despite consistently going like 2-3 down. You just saw how many times they were able to stop Drexel from getting through the checkpoint before they were actually finally able to break it.
Wow, I love these team comps, by the way. They're so creative.
Creative, oh my gosh, that's a great way to put it, and it's been made for some really exciting matches here. I don't know if we're going into the playoff 7, but like, oh my gosh, and this is the thing that ends up winning the game for Hofstra right here. This last push, taking it to just a 3-point lead, but it's all they needed here, as Drexel needed to pick up the Rainmaker, and then I think we were going to end up seeing that last shark from Hofstra.
Oh, look, you can just barely see them behind the pillar, just waiting, letting everybody pass and accept the Rainmaker.
That's just amazing frontline sharking right there from the side of that T-Tech, just waiting for your opportunity there. Both these teams, you know that they were really good at finding splats, so it's gonna be really interesting. It was super fun to watch from the side of both teams. Congratulations to Hofstra for winning the set 4-2, but Drexel, amazing showcase from you guys tonight.
Absolutely beautiful. Are we going to see a playoff 7, or are they just gonna be done here? Looks like we're not gonna be able to see a game 7, playoff 7. We're just gonna end it here. So, thank you for watching. I have been Flat Aster.
And I'm Spicy. If you want to follow me on Twitter at 2SpicyBM, feel free to do so here. And Aster, is there anywhere we can find you?
Oh yeah, at Twitter at Splataster. I post some beacon clips from time to time, and that's about it.
Yep. Well, once again, thank you guys for watching this amazing match so far, but stay tuned, because right after this, we have a Division 6 matchup between Undertow Dartfish and Wet Cod Empire with some massive playoff implications on the line. Hope you stay around to watch that next set.
It's sure to be a good set.
I shall